Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps, and I have a cool way of making junk journal pockets from your envelopes. In my case, I am using recycled, recovered, thrifted envelopes, and take a look at some of the pockets I made from my envelopes. These are so super cool, and I'm using tools that many of us started off crafting with. Many of us still have these items in our stash, but perhaps we neglect them because of all of the dyes and the machines that are available. But aren't these pockets, and I really didn't finish these pockets are tea stained, or I should say ink stained, because I didn't use tea. But you see here, this was a pocket that I stained. Now these are cool, you guys, because, well, if you missed my video from earlier in the week, I shared this technique in that video, but I thought to do a condensed version of that video sharing this technique just to focus on the process. Now these really are pockets. Different sizes, different shapes. I can get this one to open. And the envelopes that I used, well, let me show you. So in my other video, I demonstrated this technique using this type of envelope. It's letter size, but it's a coin envelope. You see how it opens and closes like that. But in today's video, I'm going to demonstrate this technique using a standard letter size envelope that opens in the traditional way, like this. In addition to the envelopes, well, that product that we all may have but no longer use are decorative scissors. Yes, it's so easy, it's so convenient, so simple to use these to add that decorative touch. Now, I'm not sure if you could really see my decorative edge. Look at that. Look at that one. You see the difference? Right? And even that's a different one. So, and this one, you can really see that scalloped edge, right? Now, in addition to the decorative scissors, well, in this video, I'm going to use some vintage, truly vintage, red rubber, wood-handled office stamps. In my last video, I used different ones, but in this video, some of you may have caught my video from several days ago. It was a My Greatest Craft Find video, and I shared this vintage tiered rubber stamp holder along with all of these stamps. Well, I will be using these stamps, and they pertain to selling homes. And I also will be using sheets of this vintage graph type chart paper that I picked up from a local thrift store, but use whatever you have. Okay, so let's choose some scissors. Now there's many to choose from, but the types of scissors that I like are the softer edges, like Deco is one of my favorite, and we will also work with this particular design. And it's really simple. You don't put a lot of thought into it. I have a motto for myself: don't think, create. It's going to be the way it needs and supposed to be. Now, what I'm going to do first is take my glue stick, and I want to adhere the flap down. You could do this after the fact, but I'm going to do it now. If you saw my other video, I didn't do it with the coin style envelope. Alrighty, and then take your scissors of choice and start to slice. I'm going to slice this one at an angle, like so. I'm not really careful about being totally straight. And already, look at here, I have 2 pockets. Now I can cut this down smaller, but for now I'm going to leave it as is. And the cool thing is, if you don't like that particular edge, well, take the same scissors or a different scissor and cut it again. Let's do that. Just like that. And look at that edge. Love that edge. Okay, so let's work with this pocket. And I will take some paper. Whoops. I might have to, well, you know what? I'm going to use this. For this particular pocket, I'm going to use the same scissors. I could use a different style. And I want to cut off the excess. But I want to leave the border. And I made a mistake here. So let's get rid of that and cut at an angle. I love these scissors. Instant gratification, you guys. So simple, right? So simple. Okay, and so let me cut off some of this. Now with the other pockets I made, you can see how my paper extends all the way to the sides of the pocket. For this one, I'm not going to do that. Why not just cut it all the way around like so? I like that, but you know, let's see how it looks with this one. Now I could adhere the paper on this side. Well, I can't adhere it on this side. If I wanted to use the opposite side, I would have to face the paper down and cut it that way. So let's use this one. Let's go for it, right? We don't want to put too much thought into it. Now, this paper is really fragile. It's thin, so I want to be careful. I love this glue stick here. It's my to-go glue stick. It's by Scotch, and it's called Create. And is this the right way that I want to do this? Like this. Going to center it down. And that's how it looks thus far. And before I go any further, I don't want to forget, I want to add a little notch in the front of my pocket. I'm using a circle punch, but position the top of the punch in, and you know, let's do it like that. Okay, it's at an angle, but that's cool. Okay, now it's time to add some ink. And let's see here. Got to get it all grunged up. Like so. Going for that vintage look. And one of the easiest way to achieve that is with your brown or whatever color ink you desire to use. Okay, now it's time to choose a vintage rubber stamp. Okay, love these stamps and love my holder. Ha-ha! Alrighty, I'm going to choose this one that states special financing. So fun, right? I wanted to stamp in brown and ended up using black. Okay, so let's stamp this word. Sold. I love it. Ha-ha! Just that quick. You see how this envelope, this modern envelope, is being transformed? Why not? These words don't have to make any sense, you guys. Sample our brochure is 3 pages. So I love that. And if I want, I can add more of the vintage graph paper on the back and add more stamping. And it is a pocket, you guys. You see that? So super cool. You can make several pockets from one of those long letter envelopes. So we have time for one more, and I will use this sheet here, and let's use Deco Edge, one of my fave designs. Gonna cut all the way around the perimeter. Do you guys play and still use your decorative scissors? Or do your kids use your decorative scissors? This is so simple. You do not need any dies, no die cutting machine, just a pair of scissors. So fun, so quick. Okay, for this one, let's close this pocket up. This is a different envelope. And you see how fast these are to make too. Okay, well, I'm going to need to add glue to my envelope turned pocket and position it just like this. Remember, I am not going for perfection. It's going to turn out looking cool. I get a lot more done when I don't put too much thought into it. And I do have some excess glue here. That will dry. Hopefully. I really need a sheet of non-stick liner. Alrighty, so let's add some ink and grunge this up. Just like so. If I want to, why not? Let's do it. I can add some graph paper right in the center. Let's cut this down. I like these numbers, so I want to be careful not to cut them off. And why not? Let's just cut it at an angle like that. I mean, why not? It's not going to hurt it, right? Cut it down a little bit more. So just imagine if you used different decorative scissors. One for the paper, one for the envelope. I mean, you can layer. You'll get some fun effects. Just like that. And if you notice, I don't have a decorative edge. Let me choose another. For the sake of it, I'm going to choose this pattern. I don't necessarily like, oh, this is not bad though. These wider, more pronounced edges, but let's just go for it. And I probably should press down a little harder. But that's how that design looks. So I'm not feeling that. So let's try a different. Oh no, not that one either. Let's do a wave. Let's see how that. Or is this a wave? I'm not sure. Okay, this is scalloped. The choice is completely yours. Yeah, I'm feeling the scallop. And once again, I want to add a notch. Now, if you have been inspired to create your own pockets from your envelopes, why not like this video? Why not support it and give me a thumbs up? If you decide to adopt this idea, please give proper credits, shout outs, and do link back to this video. I think I want to add a little bit more ink. Aren't these fun, you guys? If you play with your decorative scissors, tell me all about it. Leave a message below. If you collect these vintage office business type rubber stamps, also leave that below. And take a look at the two pockets we made in this video. So super fun. The back is unfinished. It can remain that way, or I can finish them off. And once again, here's a look at the pockets I shared in my other video. If you guys are interested in that video, it's a create, craft, and chat video. So you see all these, but you also hear a lot of stuff because it's about chatting while I create. But these are so fun, you guys. Well, I want to thank you all for watching. As always, blessings.